Hello, my YouTube channel subscribers to Big Bill Anderson's Death Tours. Today, my friends, it is March 24th, 2019. I am here to pay my respects for a man that passed away all the way back in 1900. He is one of the famous Earp brothers. This is the gravesite in Willcox, Arizona, of Warren Baxter Earp, 1855 to 1900. And he was shot and killed on the streets here of Willcox after arguing with a bar patron. I'll take you to that location and show you approximately what it looks like today. It's really hard to get a complete glimpse of yesterday in that look, but it'll at least give you an idea of the location where it all happened. But Warren Earp was part of the Vendetta ride in 1882 with Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, trying to gain some vengeance against the outlaw cowboys that killed Morgan Earp and maimed Virgil Earp, shooting him in his left arm where he could never use it again. So Warren Baxter Earp was involved with that. He was the youngest of the Earp brothers. And in my documentary, I'll talk about the life of Warren Earp and touch on his brothers and the OK Corral in 1882 and that whole incident in Tombstone. But I wanted to stop by here today in Willcox, Arizona, pay my respects to Mr. Earp here. I have been here before a couple years ago, before I did YouTube, and I wanted to come back and show you folks what his grave looks like and talk a little bit about the life and death of Warren Baxter Earp. And I hope you enjoy this video, my friends. Please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I thank you very much.
Warren Baxter Earp was the youngest brother of Wyatt, Morgan, Virgil, James, and Newton Earp. He was born in Pella, Iowa on March 9th, 1855. Little is known about his early life. Like Wyatt and Morgan, he was too young to take part in the American Civil War, as his older brothers James, Virgil, and Newton did. He was 18 years younger than Newton. He joined his brothers in Tombstone, Arizona in 1880 and worked occasionally as a deputy for Virgil collecting taxes and periodic guard duty. Wyatt landed the faro concession at the Oriental Saloon. Virgil was the deputy marshal and in mid-1881 became the Tombstone city marshal as well. James was his deputy. The Earps had ongoing conflicts with a federation of outlaws known as the Cowboys, who were implicated in ongoing livestock thefts and had repeatedly threatened to kill the Earps if they interfered. Warren was at his parents' home in Colton, California at the time of the gunfight at the OK Corral on October 26, 1881. On December 28th, the Cowboys ambushed Virgil Earp, maiming him. Warren returned to Tombstone and was deputized by Wyatt. On March 18th, Morgan Earp was murdered while playing billiards. On March 20th, he joined a posse guarding Virgil and Allie Earp as they were transported to Tucson to catch a train for California. At the train station, Frank Stillwell, one of the cowboys, was spotted lying in wait for Virgil and was killed by Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp. Pima County Justice of the Peace Charles Mayer issued warrants for the arrest of Warren, Wyatt, Doc Holliday, Turkey Creek Jack Johnson, and Sherman McMaster. The men returned to Tombstone, where Cochise County Sheriff Johnny Behan found the men in the lobby of the Cosmopolitan Hotel, heavily armed, getting ready to leave town. He told Wyatt he wanted to see him. Deputy Marshal Wyatt Earp replied, "Johnny, if you're not careful, you'll see more of me once too often." That week, indictments were returned, naming all 5 men responsible for the death of Frank Stillwell and ordered to stand trial. But the men were never tried or convicted. They left Tombstone that night and during the next week killed 3 more cowboys they believe responsible for attacking their brother in a vendetta across Cochise County. Following the vendetta ride, Warren left Arizona for a time. He returned in 1891 and worked as a stagecoach mail driver on routes between Wilcox and Fort Grant. He may have worked briefly as a range detective for rancher Henry Hooker in Cochise County, Arizona. After the shootout in Tombstone, Warren gained a reputation as a bully, playing off the reputation of his older brothers. His brother Virgil feared that Warren's temper would get him killed. Virgil was reunited in 1898 with his first wife Ellen and Nellie, who had been told that Virgil had been killed during the Civil War. They visited him twice, and Nellie told the Oregonian that during their visit, "My father said then, if Warren ever dies, he will be shot. He is too hasty, quick-tempered, and too ready to pick a quarrel. Besides, he will not let bygones be bygones, and on that account, I expect that he will meet a violent death." On July 6, 1900, Warren became involved in an argument with Hooker's range boss, Johnny Boyette, inside the headquarters saloon in Wilcox. Boyette and Warren had been involved in verbal disputes before that night, and rumor was that their mutual dislikes stemmed from affections for the same woman, possibly a local prostitute. However, the Tombstone epitaph says that the incident began out of Earp's constant bullying of Boyette. Later that night, the 2 men, both drunk, began arguing. Bystanders said that they never heard any man take such abuse. Warren Earp is alleged to have said, "Boyette, go get your gun, and we'll settle this right now. I've got mine, go get yours." Boyette left and returned shortly thereafter with 2 .45 caliber Colt handguns. Boyette called out for Earp, who walked in from another doorway. Immediately upon seeing Earp, Boyette fired 2 rounds, but both missed. Earp stepped calmly outside of the saloon onto the street without producing a weapon, just as Boyette fired 2 more rounds, missing again with both. Earp entered the saloon again and walked towards Boyette, opened his coat and vest, and said, "I have got no arms. You have the good deal, the best of this." Earp continued walking toward Boyette, talking the entire time. Boyette appeared slightly frightened and angry. When Earp did not stop, Boyette fired a 5th round, this time striking Earp in the chest, killing him almost instantly. Boyette claimed that he feared for his life and that by allowing Warren Earp to get too close, he believed his life was in danger. Warren Earp was found to have no gun. No arrest was made. The Tombstone epitaph reported on July 9, 1900, Warren Earp, the youngest of the 4 Earp brothers whose names 20 years ago were synonymous with gunfighting on the Arizona frontier, died with his boots on. He was shot through the heart in a saloon by cowboy Johnny Boyette and died almost instantly. Boyette was arrested for the shooting. The coroner's inquest confirmed that he killed Earp. Boyette sought protection from the local sheriff, fearing retribution from the Earp brothers. He returned to work on Henry Hooker's ranch, staying out of Wilcox for a long period of time. Wyatt did not get involved in the incident, nor did James or Newton. It was later falsely reported that the Earps avenged Warren's death by killing Boyette. Johnny Boyette eventually retired in Redlands, California. He died in Texas. Now, follow me as we drive over, and we're going to go visit the spot where cowboy Johnny Boyette killed Warren Baxter Earp. Okay, we're going to add this into the video at Warren Baxter Earp's grave. This building right behind me, right here, was the former location of the headquarters saloon. In the 1940s, it burned down.
And this building was erected in its place, but this is the location on July 6th of 1900 that Johnny Boyette shot and killed Warren Baxter Earp, the youngest of the Earp brothers. They say that Warren was drunk, but it could possibly be some other conspiracy behind this whole thing. Warren reputedly never shot anyone, although he was an Earp brother. He was not well liked in this town, and the sheriff and people of the town here buried him within 3 hours of his passing, which seems awfully strange all by itself. But and he was unarmed when he was shot and killed, which is another reason for conspiracy, because Johnny Boyette, the man that killed him, was acquitted of any wrongdoing, claiming self-defense, and the judge saw it in his favor. So I wanted to take you by right here and just show you this location here, former spot of the headquarters saloon, I should say, right here. And they even have a plaque here acknowledging and it says Headquarters Saloon. It was at this location from the 1890s until it burned down in 1940. Warren Earp was shot and killed at the saloon on July 6th, 1900. So, just wanted to take you by here and show you this location. Wilcox is a very old town. It was founded in 1840. It's been around a long time. And I wanted to show you Warren Earp's grave, which I did in this video, and take you here to this location where he was probably murdered. Right here, the old headquarters saloon here on the corner in 1900. Thank you, my friends. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day, and adios, amigos.